Looking to improve your sleep routine? Join the Pro Nap movement and experience the ultimate comfort of a Manta sleep mask. The Manta Silk Sleep Mask features a premium feel with 100% pure silk eye cups, gentle on the skin and prevents wrinkles, adjustable for a personalized fit, 100% blackout for deeper, uninterrupted sleep, breathable materials, zero pressure on your eyelids or lashes, plus a pair of earplugs and a mesh storage bag. Visit mantasleep.com and use promo code Gabrielle ASMR at checkout for 10% off your purchase. Thank you to Manta Sleep for sponsoring this video and helping us all rest a little easier. Enjoy the video. Hello, and welcome to the Department of Mind and Variance. My name is Dr. Gabrielle, and I'll be the one conducting your session today. This will be the first of a series of 3 tests. These will be used to determine your baseline personality and general cognitive skill. So there's no right or wrong answer to the test, so please answer all the questions truthfully and to the best of your ability. I'll just be looking off here to my screen on the side while we go through the test, capturing any of the answers you have to the questions, okay? So we're going to begin with a facial recognition scan. This will confirm your identification and allow me to monitor you throughout the appointment today. Okay, so just one moment here. Please look directly at the light. Thank you. Almost done. There we go. Thank you. All right. So I have your information all here on my system so I can track you. Do you have any questions before we get started? No? All right. Well, don't hesitate to stop me and ask, okay? All right. Now, a few notes before we get started. At times, this quiz might feel a little bit random. Note that anything we ask here is intentional and is part of the process. Okay? All right. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to show you this card here. I'd like you to take a good look at it and memorize all of the symbols, memorize all the images. I'm going to ask you some questions about it here in a moment. Okay. All right. So, on the card I just showed you, how many kings were there? Okay. And what suit didn't belong? If you don't remember, that's okay. You can just say pass. This quiz is more about speed and just the first thing that comes to mind, okay? Don't think too much about it. All right. And was there a queen? All right, thank you. All right, next. So same as last card. Just study the images you see. Okay. What was the color of the number 2? Right? How many spades were shown? And how many hearts were shown? Okay. All right. So next here, I'm going to show you 3 different color lenses. I'm going to cycle through different colors. You let me know when you see them change and what color you see it change to. Okay? All right. Up first. Okay, perfect. Next. Okay. And last. Okay, perfect. All right. I'm going to show you a card here. What do you see? Can you describe what you see on the card? And does it say anything? Excellent, thank you. All right, we have another one. What do you see on the card? How does it make you feel? And is there anything written on the card? Perfect, thank you. Okay. I'm going to show you a couple of images. Can you describe what you see? Okay. And how does that make you feel? Okay. All right, I have another one. Please describe what you see. How does it make you feel? Okay. How does this one make you feel? Can you describe what you're seeing? You're doing great. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Next, I'm going to show you this card here. So please study the card, memorize what you see, and I'm going to ask you some questions about it in a moment. Okay. All right. So, first question. Was the letter E duplicated? How many people were wearing glasses? And which of the three people had a face tattoo? Okay. Perfect. All right, for the next question, let's take a look at this image. What do you see? Can you describe it? How does it make you feel? Okay. All right. Next, we have a series of 6 different images. Okay. Can you describe this first one here? Okay, what do you see? Yep, it's a hamster at work. Okay. Now, if you knew that this hamster was taking an extra smoke break every hour, would you report it to the HR department? Would you report him? Okay. And would you still report him if you knew that he had a family at home and that he was going to be fired from his job? Okay. All right. Next, can you describe this image here? Yep, just describe that image. How does it make you feel? All right, and can you describe this image? What song do you think he's singing? Okay. And how many eyes do you see in this? If this image was an album, what would the album be called? And lastly, do you see anything here? Is there anything written here? Perfect. All right. We are going to do another color lens test. So I'm going to cycle through a series of colors. Please identify them as they change and appear. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. All right, so we have another card. So please take a look at this card. Now, for each of these symbols, if they were a letter of the alphabet, what letter would it be? What letter would this be? What letter would this be? This one? How about this one? What about this? What letter would that be? And this one? Very good. All right, next I'm going to show you a few different spreads. And these are color stories. So I want you to look at these and tell me how they make you feel. If they make you think of anything in the world, out in nature, what kind of mood it gives you. Does it make you feel happy, sad? Okay. How does that make you feel? All right. What about this spread? Does it remind you of anything? A location you've been, perhaps? And what about this? Does it remind you of a memory from your childhood? Any of these colors? Potentially an old bedspread? A toy you had? Perfect. All right. Just one moment as I prepare the next test. Okay. Now, for this one, at work, there is a Secret Santa coming up. Who would you not want to draw for the Secret Santa? We have your mother, so mom. We have your boss. We have God. Or we have John from IT. So who would you not want in a Secret Santa? Would you not want your mom, your boss, God, or John from IT? You wouldn't want your mom? Okay. M-O-M. What number would you like to pick? We have a 1, a 5, a 2, and a 4. 5, What number would you like to pick? A 7, a 8, a 3, or a 6? 3? Are you sure? Okay. Thank you. All right. Moving on. Please describe this image. What do you see? And how does it make you feel? If this image was an emotion, what emotion would it be? Thank you. All right. Next, let's take a good look at these images. Study them, memorize them. I'm going to ask you some questions about them here in a moment. Okay. How many people were wearing glasses? And what letter was duplicated on the images? And was it a star or a moon on the final image? Perfect. All right, moving on. Okay, now for this next one. This is probably the most challenging of the memory tests today. We're almost done. So please study this image. Memorize it. I'm going to ask you some questions about it here in a moment. Okay, so make sure you take a good look at this image. All right. So, how many drawings were on the wall? Yeah. Okay. And what color was the man's tie? Okay. And how many necklaces was the man wearing? And what color was the girl's dress? Perfect. Thank you. Okay, and now for the final test. So we're going to finish our session today with a light test. So all you'll have to do is follow the light. This one's a little bit more hands-on than the rest. And by hands-on, I mean you just have to look at the light. So just stare directly at it, please. Thank you. You're doing great. And there we go. All right. So with that, that does conclude your first session. Okay. See, it wasn't too bad. No. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and book you in for your next session. I'll send you that reminder via email. Does that work for you? Okay. And do you want me to use the same email we have on file? Okay, perfect. All right, well, that concludes the session. All right. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.